everyone, welcome to our second online typing class for CS2. So just a quick recap of what we covered in our previous class. Firstly, we discussed basic MS Word shortcuts because I assume there are some students who have lost touch with typing or simply MS Word and they want a quick recap of everything. Okay, then we also covered some basic things like how to get the equation editor bar and how to write symbols in normal approach, right? We changed the functionality using the file tab there. So also we covered two different questions from two different topics, that were reinsurance and your loss distributions. We covered how to write sum, how to write the limits in sum and product functionality both in equation editor and normal approach. So I am assuming guys you have watched my first video and then only you are coming for my second video. Okay, if not, please refer back to the first class first and then try to watch the second class, otherwise you won't be able to grasp the things that how I am writing the symbols, for example, in my MS Word. Okay, so I am assuming you guys have already done the basics and then we can write the complex equations now. Now coming to one more thing, that our chapters risk models 1 and risk models 2, these basically contains all the similar notations that we have learnt in our class 1. Okay, so I am not covering any singular or particular question from these chapters because these are only the repetitions of notations we have used earlier. For example, it contains subscript and superscript, we have understood them in the first class. Similarly, we have product and sum here, and some symbols of gamma, lambda, alpha, beta, that also we have covered in our first class. Okay, so from my end, I don't think there is a question that I feel like I should teach you guys that is something new, that teaches you something new. But if in your case you think any notation is missing or a particular notation you need to understand, then you can message our team or comment it down below in the video, and then we can cover that in the later classes. Okay, I hope this is clear. So in this class, we would be covering our chapters which are survival models and your proportional risk models, okay, proportional hazard basically. So let's start. Firstly, I think that before starting a question, let's start with some basic notations, that is TPX, TQX, NUX, how to produce the limits, and these all through the use of formulas, because if you are able to write a formula, then you are able to use it in the question, right? So yes, let's start with the formulas first, and then we can move forward to a question. Cool? Let's start. So let's start with death. Okay, everything was in. Death and survival probabilities. Okay, so first we have TQX and TPX. These are very basics. So there are two approaches. First of all, if you are using equation editor, it is a little difficult to get that exact symbol. Why? Because if I write equation editor, so what will equation editor do is, if I write underscore t, for example, so it won't get into subscript without a text here. Okay, and in TPX we might not have any notation or word before this t sign, right? We just have TQX, so it is a little difficult to write an equation editor. That's why I prescribe students to use normal approach in this case only. Okay, so there are two alternatives of writing these notations in normal approach as well. First is you can use the subscript and superscript format, or you can simply write TPX. That's also equally accepted by both the institute. Okay, for example, if I am writing the death probability, that is TQX, so either I can simply write it as TQX or TPX for the control Z, because we don't have capital T, right, and TPX for a survival probability. That's also equally acceptable. Okay, But if I want to write it in the format of subscript and normal script, then control shift minus, go to the subscript, I write T, control shift minus, coming back to the normal script, I write P or Q, whatever it is, control shift minus, going back down to the subscript X, and control shift minus, coming back to the normal script. That's another approach. Okay, both the approaches are equally acceptable. Please note that. Okay, guys. If for example I have 15 in spite of t, so I will write 15p, for example 30. So 15p 30 is equal to 15p 30. You might think that we are typing 2 to 3 keys at a time, so it is little hectic, and we are comfortable with this. But once you start typing this, your hand will get a grasp of the shortcut. Okay, your hand will automatically move to this shortcut. So yes, these are the two alternatives that you can use. Now if I just simply write the formula first, so formula is probability Tx is less than equal to T, right? So how do I write Tx? T, capital T, I want to go to the subscript, so control shift minus to go to the subscript, control shift minus again to come back to the normal script. Once again a disclaimer is that in your keyboard or computer it might be control minus only. I have already told you guys how to check the shortcut for your system. Just use your mouse, hover it over the, just hover it, don't click anything, just hover it over the subscript and superscript mentioned above, and then you can check that. For me it is control shift minus, and for your system it might be whatever it is showing there. Okay. Now we have less than equal to. So if we have enabled in mathematical autocorrect, then it might come out to be this, less than equal to, you will be typing two signs without any space or something, it will come out automatically. Otherwise if you are using this also without any conversion into a real symbol, that's also equally acceptable. Okay guys, so this is equal to control shift minus T, control shift minus again to get to the normal script, TQ, control shift minus to X. Okay, similarly for Px, now you can guys can write Px, that's easy. Now let's write another formula for getting a little complex. So if I write control shift minus, I have T plus S, control shift minus again to the normal script, P, control shift minus to come back to the normal script. Okay, if I am writing it in the normal approach without using subscript, so I would have written it as T plus S, P, X. Is it clear? Now let's move forward. Now let's come to the formula of force of mortality. Okay, here we have limits. So what is the formula? Mu x is equal to limit h tends to 0 positive, and we have something in the probability terms. Okay, so let's try writing this. So we are writing force of mortality. So again here you can use either the equationator or the normal approach. So I will be typing in both the approaches. Suit yourself comfortably guys. Okay, so first let's use the equationator approach. So I have to write mu x is equal to, so backslash mu, as I told in the previous class, whatever symbol we want we can just write the simple wording of it. Space bar, here subscript, for subscript and superscripts control shift minus and control shift plus don't work in equationator, that's why we use the signs. So for underscore this goes in subscript, for superscript we have this sign. So we have x space bar is equal to, now we have limit h tends to 0. So what I write is limit, then we have this underscore sign because we have h tends to 0, right? So we have h tends to 0, for h tends to 0 we have this sign of dash, then we have an arrow key, it will automatically convert into arrow. Okay, so h tends to 0 plus brackets close, this goes down in denominator, and then we have whatever we want to write, 1 by h into probability t is less than, again less than equal to we type simultaneously, it will get converted. Then this vertical bar, t is greater than x, brackets close. So this is how you can write. Otherwise without using the equationator, what you can do is I will write backslash mu to go down to the subscript. What I will do is control shift minus or whatever the shortcut your keyboard has. So mu x. Now look, since in the normal word functionality what happen is first letter becomes capital, so it's taking only m. So I'll hit a control Z. Remember the shortcut to undo some command. Okay, then it's control shift minus, again coming back to normal script, is equal to limits lim for the limits, and then I want to come to the normal script, or you can do is limits from control Z, h tends to 0 plus or 0 minus. You can do this as well and write the whole thing. Okay, otherwise another approach is, guys, mu underscore x is equal to limits, then I want to go to the subscript, right? So control shift minus, then I use h tends to 0 plus, for plus this control shift minus, coming back to the normal script, and I write the whole thing. So I write it as 1 by h, I use 1 brackets for it. Okay, then I have this probability thing. So probability brackets t is less than equal to, so either I can use this, or I can do simply rather than converting it into a sign. Clear, guys? And then we have x plus h given t is greater than x. Then I can close down the brackets. So this is the another format. Now there is also a approximately equal to sign, right? So for the approximately equal to sign, we can't get two squiggles in a normal approaches, that's why we can use approximately equal to as this. This approx sign over your tab key and your equal to sign. Okay, rather than you can use this, or you can just write this as well if you are not able to convert that into a approx sign. Clear, guys? Now let's move forward how to write integration in both the approaches. So for integration, we have similar functionality as we had for our product and our sum. Like if we are placing the limits in integration, that's very similar to what we did while we were doing the sum and product. So let's write the limitation limits function. So let's try to write the formula of TPX in the form of limits. Okay, that's a lot easier. So I am teaching you use of integration. So first I am doing the normal approach. For normal approach, control shift minus to get t, control shift minus to come back to normal script, then p, again we have to go down to the subscript. This is equal to exp. So in the normal approach, you won't be able to get everything in the numerator, right? In the superscript, right? So that's why I am using exponential exp term. Or what you can do is you can write everything in the form of in the superscript of e as well. That's a lot more messy, that's why I am using this approach. Okay. So I have minus, I have integration now int. So I want the limits. So what's the limits? It's 0 to t, right? So 0 comma t. Then I have this colon, then I open my bracket. Once I open my bracket, I get this sign. You know, from the previous class we were getting this sign, so how to remove it? We use control Z. Okay. Then we have the function. What is the function? Mu x plus x. So backslash mu, control shift minus to get to the subscript, x plus s, control shift minus to come back to the normal script. We have ds, brackets close, and this brackets close for the exponential. Or what you can do is, you want to write everything in the subscript, so minus int 0 comma t colon and opening bracket, control Z to come back to the normal thing, and we have mu. Then if I now come back to my subscript, that will came, look, if I come to the subscript, that will come to the downward subscript. Okay. So it will not be a subscript for mu, it will subscript for e. Okay, that I don't want. So I will simply write mu, it's mu, and I simply use this underscore sign. What I have this in underscore x plus s, and then I have ds. Okay, guys, control shift plus to come back to the normal script. I hope this is clear. Now let's try writing the complex equation for our mx. Okay, what is mx? The central rate of mortality. We have two integrations in numerator and denominator, and we have tpx or mu x in the numerator and denominator as well. So let's try writing it from the normal approach and then from the equationator approach. Okay, so we are writing the formula for mx. Either you can write mx in the form of this or you can write m this. Okay, if you are using the normal approach, that's completely up to you. So if I am writing the formula for, just make sure whenever your mx notation is basically in short letter, right, not in caps lock m. So make sure if your word is converting that short m in the capital letter M, please make sure you are hitting Ctrl Z to get back into the small script. Okay, otherwise the notation meaning changes basically. So this is equal to, we have first integration in the numerator. So I am placing my first bracket for my numerator. Now int is from 0 to 1, Control Z. Okay, then I have tpx into mu x plus t dt. So Control Shift minus t, Control Shift minus t, Control Shift minus s, Control Shift minus to come back to normal. Similarly, backslash mu, Control Shift minus x, and we have t also, Control Shift minus to come back to normal, and we have dt. Okay. Now this bracket is for completing the integral thing. Again a bracket for completing this thing, basically this. Okay. So please make sure here you are using adequate brackets. As I mentioned in my every class, brackets is very important while you are doing a mathematical typing. Okay. Now slash for showing that we are using the fraction, because we won't be able to get a fraction thing in a normal approach. Then brackets open, again int, we have 0 to 1, and then we have this, and we have tpx dt in this. So Control Shift minus t, Control Shift minus t, Control Shift minus x, and Control Shift minus, we have dt, brackets closed. This bracket is closed for integration and this bracket is closed for your denominator. So this is your equation for mx. If you are using no superscript and subscript, so what would be your equation? It would be again a bracket int 0 to 1, Control Z, we would have tpx star mu underscore x plus t star dt. Okay, this bracket is closed for integration, this bracket is closed for numerator. Similarly, int 0 to 1, Control Z, we have tpx star dt. Make sure you are writing star here or giving perfect space, because otherwise tpx dt will be counted as one term and it would be a little harder to differentiate between the two terms. Okay. Now if I use the equationator, the most awaited approach, so simply m dash x m underscore x is equal to, now for numerator again I place the brackets backslash int, then we are placing the limits. So how did we place the limits? We use this underscore sign for placing the lower limit, that's 1, then shift 6 to get this upper sign, so this is 1, space bar, we put in the limits. Now we put in whatever we had within the integral. So we have tpx mu x plus d, again I told you, you would not be able to get this t sign in the denominator. So rather than doing this, you will simply write tpx. Okay, that's also easy approach. Again in mu x plus t, you can write backslash mu, then we have x plus t in the denominator, this, and we have dt. Now you might say, okay, we are writing tpx in normal approach and we are writing this everything in equationator approach. I mentioned in my first class, the combination of both the approaches is acceptable, so you don't need to worry. You just have to type whatever costs you least time, okay, and whatever you are comfortable with. Now if I use the bracket, that bracket is for the integral, within integral. Okay, I want to escape this integral, so I use my forward arrow key as we did in sum or product in the first class, right? So brackets closed, then this fraction. So what I can do is I can type the whole thing again, or I can just copy paste it and remove the terms I don't want. So I don't want mu x plus t in this basically, so yes. Okay, are you guys able to look how did we convert this equation? Cool guys. Now there is notation for our quartet and complete future random variable. Okay, so quartet is basically easy. We have kx, so you can use simple superscript and subscript while using kx. But for complete life expectation, we have e dot x, right? So how to write that e dot x? So basically write the formula for complete expectation. Complete future time. That's basically complete expectation. So what's the formula? It's e dot x. So how do we write it? E backslash dot dot. We get this dot sign. Okay. Otherwise, this is acceptable. Then we can write this x. Okay. Or what you can do is, guys, you can write e dot and then this x. This is also equally acceptable. Then we can write, otherwise if you are not able to use the notations, for example, you are not able to get it during the exam or your keyboard is not supporting you, so you can simply write complete expectation of life is equal to etx and continue with the rest of notation. That's also equally acceptable. Okay. For example, if you are not able to get integral in the words, so you can write integral of a over b. Clear? So this is expectation of tx. This is equal to my integral of 0 to infinity. So infinity I can write backslash infinity. Yours might be backslash infinity as well, or you can simply write in words INF. That's also equally acceptable. Control Z, and we have TPX, TPX, DT. Clear? If I write an equationator, again I use DOT. In equationator, you guys know that we have to hit it 2 times. Okay. Again, let me teach you. E backslash dot. Once you write it, it will come at the right end, but we want it exactly above E. That's why I need to hit another space. Okay, and then I write x, and then I can write the whole formula once again. I hope this notation is also clear, guys. Okay. Now I expect you guys can now write the Gompertz law, Weibull model, and your Mechem's law as well, because these consist basically simple subscript and superscript. Okay. Let me write the Mechem's law, and you guys can try Gompertz and Weibull at your home. So let's try writing for Mechem's law. So it is Tpx is equal to s to the power t g c x ct minus 1, right? So I am just writing the whole complex equation. Okay. So it is control shift minus for t, control shift minus for normal script, p, control shift minus x. Okay, you might not be able to see it. Yeah, and then v is equal to. So it is s to the power t. So control shift plus for going to t, control shift plus coming back normal. Okay. Then we have g to the power cx. Okay. G to the power c, for this I control shift plus c. Now if I again hit control shift plus, what will happen is I will come to the normal script. Okay, that's the format of normal approach. So rather than doing this, I will just simply write c to the power x. Then I have something in the brackets there, c to the power t minus 1. Okay, control shift plus. This is the formula. If you are using no superscript and subscript, what it will be? Tpx is equal to, brackets I will use, s to the power t, brackets g to the power c. Again we have c to the power x here, and we have this c to the power t minus 1, brackets close. Again I will put one more brackets for signifying what is the power. Clear, guys? And this brackets for g. If you are using equationator now, so what will be the thing? So it will become Tpx is equal to s to the power t I write basically this whole thing, just I use equationator now, okay. Once you write this whole thing copy paste in equationator and you are using adequate space bars, then it will convert into a normal equation only, okay. Then we have g to the power c, now we have c to the power, right. So I can use c to the power x as well in this. So we have c to the power t minus 1, so yes, this is the thing. So and we have written Mechem's law as well. Is it clear, guys? So now let's try typing the formula for Kaplan-Meier and Nelson-Allen estimators, right? Because these include complex equations for our integrated hazards or capital lambda or products, okay? So yes, let's start with that. So let's move forward. This is our basically new topic, new chapter. Okay, so yes, first let us write Kaplan-Meier estimate. So what is Kaplan-Meier estimate? It's a S hat KMT, right? So first try writing this. So let's use equationator first. So we have S hat. So backslash hat. Okay, this is getting bold, just a minute. Yes, S hat. Then I write Km. So I write Km in the, yes. You need to hit double space. Please make sure whenever you are writing hat, cap or dot, d dot. So you have to use two space bars, otherwise if you are using one space bar then it will only go to the right end, okay, it will not get exactly to the top of the word or letter. Cool, guys? Then we have Km in the denominator and then we have T. So this is basically product sign. So for product sign, what I taught in the earlier class was that we have backslash PROD OCT. There is some glitch. Just a second, there is some glitch in the equationator. Look, that's one of the major disadvantage in equationator. While you are writing too many things in equationator, it sometimes glitches, okay. So the best approach is to use either the normal approach instead or to remove that equation and then restart with the another equation, okay. So let's try writing it once again. Yes, S hat Km T is equal to backslash, we have product. So look, it's still not coming. So let's do normal approach only. So prod Control Z. Either you can write prod or you can write whole product. Okay. So product from limit. So we have just under limit, right? So we will write T j is less than equal to t, right, and we have this sign. What we have in this sign is 1 minus small lambda hat j. So 1 minus lambda, I can write hat here as well and I have to write j, so j brackets closed. So this is the formula, okay, guys. Now let's shift to its second notation in nj and dj term as well, so that you guys might be comfortable. So let's do it. So yes, let's try writing it. What is the formula? It's product of same limits and we have nj minus dj by nj, right? So let's do it. It's alt equal to S hat double space Km T is equal to backslash prod. Yes, this is coming this time. So I have to place the lower limits only. So it will be Tj less than equal to T, and yes, okay. We get this product sign. Now we will write whatever we have in the numerator and denominator of the fraction within this product sign. We have this nj and we have this brackets. Please make sure wherever there is blue bar, it means you are still working within the product or integral or sum, or once you escape this blue bar, then you are only working in the normal equation, and then you can hit enter to go back to the normal script. Okay guys, now let's move forward to our Nelson-Allen model, and let's try writing its formula, because we have capital lambda in that, right, for the integrated hazard. So yes, let's write Nelson-Allen estimate. So this time we have, let's use equationator first. We have S hat, here we don't usually write NA, or you can write NA as well, let's write it. Okay, this is equal to e to the power minus, now for capital lambda what I told you is, in the equationator you write if capital L if you are using, then it will convert into capital lambda. If you are using small l, then it will convert into normal lambda, right. So capital lambda. Okay, then we have hat in this as well, then we have t. Okay, nothing different. This is equal to, if I write in exponential terms, this is minus backslash sum. Again placing the limits of sum, what will it be? Tj less than equal to t. So since we have more than one term in this, that's why I am using the brackets, right. So Tj is less than equal to t this, and I can write the something in this. This is equal to this and this. Escaping this because I have entered the sum. Now I will hit my space. Clear guys? Is this Nelson-Allen and Kaplan-Meier clear? Now let's moving to our next topic, that is proportional hazard, right. So in proportional hazard again we have similar notations, there is nothing new that I need to teach you guys. Okay, if still you want to get me any notation, you can comment down our institute, or you can just comment down it below the video, we can get it in the next classes. Cool guys? So yes, let's wrap up this class for today, and I hope these all notations were clear to you. You guys please practice it at home, because as I say, how much you practice, that how much you get in your exam, that totally depends on your practice. Okay? Okay, till then happy learning guys. Thank you.